Good day everyone, I am Jennifer Galsote, Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. Today, I will present the human mind at work, the human language processing. The human mind at work, human language processing. Language. Human language is generative, which means that it can communicate an infinite number of ideas. This is because combinatorial. Words can be combined in a different orders to create different, larger meaning of a sentence. Animal communication does not have this freedom. Animals communicate within those systems, with limited possible ideas to communicate. Birds may have different chirps to signify danger or location of food, but they cannot combine those chirps together to convey a novel meaning. What is combinatorial? Combinatorial. When we say combinatorial words, it is a combination when it comes to people because we can communicate using the human language and we can add more sentence inside of themselves without limits. Here's my example of combinatorial. I said Anna loves to dance. I can add to Rio said and Anna loves to dance. And another, Rio and Charlie said Anna loves to dance. That's the combinational words. We can relay the message of complete and while using human language unlike animals. For example, the monkeys are bird. They can only communicate through chirps when they are hungry. That's all. They seem to have no ability to communicate properly because they are animals and they cannot convey a message. But I know you are thinking because there is a bird named parrot who is able to speak. On the other hand, it is not complete in giving a message. It looks like what he hears is just imitating. But the things he wants to convey, for example, there's a pain in his body. He can say that since all he knows to say is just what he hears. What is language processing? Language processing. Language processing refers to the way humans use words to communicate ideas and feelings, and how such communications are processed and understood. Where in the brain is language processed? Language is processed in the part of our brain, like regions in your frontal, temporal, and parietal lobes formulate what you want to say, and the motor cortex in your frontal lobe enables you to speak the words. Most of this language-related brain activity is like occurring in the left side of your brain. What happens to your brain when you learn? This happens to our brains when we learn. Each and every time we learn something, our brains form new connection and neurons and make our existing neutral pathways stronger or weaker. Your brain will continue changing right up until the end of your life. And the more you learn along the way, the more your brain will change and more plastics it will be. How does language affect thinking? Language affect our thinking. Language do not limit our ability to perceive the word or to think about the word, but they focus on our perception, attention, and thought on a specific aspect of the word. So, different language focus the attention of their speakers on different aspects of the environment, either physical or cultural. What part of the brain controls thought? The cerebrum, the large outer part of the brain controls reading, thinking, learning, and speech, emotion, and planned muscle movements like walking. It also controls vision, hearing, and other senses. The cerebrum is divided into two cerebral hemispheres, halves, left and right. Which side of your brain controls speech? In general, the left hemisphere or side of the brain is responsible for language and speech. Because of this, it has been called the dominant hemisphere. The right hemisphere plays a large part in interpreting visual information and spatial processing. That's all for my report. I hope you learned something. Thank you for viewing. God bless and keep safe.